Hey family, oh my god, how are you guys doing? I haven't seen you all day. I missed you. Let's get right into some energy. um how y'all doing, bro? I hope y'all doing well. Hopefully you showed up for yourself today, because if you don't show up for you first, you won't have the capacity, the energy, the might to show up fully for somebody else, truly. Okay, especially if you're using your last bit of energy after being on go all day to replenish somebody else's. It's not fair to you. Whoever I'm speaking to, it's important for you to realize that you come first. Okay, we've been indoctrinated into thinking that we should put people first, but then we go home depleted. We go home feeling drained, empty. We're not ourselves. Some of us have been so disconnected from us that we don't even know who we are. We don't even know what we like, because we've been trying to mold ourselves into what other people like and what other people want. Okay, but this message is going to be specifically for somebody who whoever you are, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you believe in, this could be something in regards to work. All right, something about to take off for you. Not only that, I feel like whatever you're doing, other people that you expected to support you felt like what you were doing was clown shit. Like, I'm definitely getting that energy. Like, they really thought you was a clown. They thought what you was doing was foolish. It just didn't make sense. Okay, and I just got a text message, which is confirmation. Okay, the number 9 could be very significant. 9 represent endings. Okay, we are in 2025. Those numbers equal to 9. So something about an ending. Okay, I'm also getting this energy of letting go. All right, this year, God, your spirit team, your higher self has been trying to get you to understand that letting go is not a bad thing. Letting go of something to somebody is not a bad thing, even if it's a job, bro. Like, and that's something that I had to realize. Why the fuck do I keep getting up, going to this job, when it's making me feel drained, it's making me feel depressed? The respect that I deserve, I'm not getting. The ideals that I have are not being respected. And then you got people who over me that take the credit for something that I've done. And it's so crazy because they're only following the rules of the job, unless I'm missing something. Because the rules of the job, everybody get praised. Like, when the big bosses have a meeting, they are the ones who get the congratulations and stuff like that. And half of the time they don't even been undid shit. Overworking me in a position just because I'm making a little more money, but you taking advantage of the fact that I don't know the rules because I'm new. I haven't been here as long as you. In a position where I'm supposed to be laid back and just pointing the finger, delegating, I'm around here doing the work. I just heard the work of the week. But I don't want to say it like that because, it's offensive. But in reality, it's true. You got to be a weak-minded person. And I'm just being honest. I've been there, still growing out of it. To feel like the God that you serve and pray to every day ain't going to have your back if you decide to say fuck you to something that's not serving you. We tend to only associate that with relationships and with people. But being at a job that don't suit you is also a relationship. It just so happened to have a whole bunch of people and you just so happen to be using it to pay your bills. But my thing is, where's the faith? That's what helped me convince me to let that shit go and stand on business for myself. And just because I got a bill that's due, stand on business. What I said, allowing this transformation, really standing in your power. Listen, let's just get right into it. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, the hypes. hype me up. And it's the beginning of the week too, y'all. Go ahead, because by Friday, y'all ass ain't gonna have no hypes. I'm gonna take that since it fell out. We talking about relationships, partnerships here. Partnerships should be harmonious. Partnerships should be something that you naturally unify with a person. You guys attract each other and respect each other. Okay? Whether this is people, places, things, objects, addictions. Discipline goes longer than you just... Okay. Let's see what example I can give as far as discipline. Alright, sometimes we discipline ourselves from overindulging into things that we know is bad for our body. But what about the discipline and overindulging into things that's bad for our spirit, bad for our mental? Overindulging in things that's just not good for us in general. We listen to certain areas of our life when it comes to certain things, but we don't apply that same energy in areas that need it the most. In fact, the areas that is the foundation. We get so focused on trying to heal or correct the result and never look into the root of things. What's the root of the problem? We learned about Ace of Swords. We learned about the root to issues in school. If anything, look, as I say school, you got the Sister Cups come up. Okay, this is something that we learned in school, even though they taught us shit in the way they wanted us to understand it. Maybe we should start applying that same thing. Something about relationships, partnerships is going to be very significant in this channeling. But what I channeled was the clown that they made you out to be is the clown that's about to be winning. And make sure they keep that same energy when you up, because you up energetically and it's about to start manifesting itself. It's like I'm seeing an entity be created, but this entity is something you created with the love, with the healing that you did. And you were once feeding it outside of you, and it was building and it was building. And it's like the more you build this thing up, the heavier it get. And the heavier it get, it's giving me like I'm seeing something what was once so light. It's giving me as above but so below. But I'm seeing a figure that's in the form of, let's just say, clouds. And it's so light. It's floating in the sky. But you feeding love into it. Commitment, persistency, discipline, honor, loving whatever this is. It's becoming more and more heavy in good things, that it ain't got no other choice but to land, so that way it can find its footing, and it's landing within you. You're embodying whatever this is that you've been feeding. Okay, and this could be good or bad, but I'm talking to somebody who's aligning with something here. Okay, this could also be aligning with a certain relationship here, a soulmate, a past life connection. Okay, I'm seeing you be very happy. Okay, and if this is not something that you're feeling in this current moment, this video was brought to you so that way you can align to this energy. There's something here that I'm going to say that'll help you learn and help you align. That's why I changed my channel from enlightenment to alignment. Because it's one thing to be enlightened about something, but you start aligning when you start applying that enlightenment. This channel used to be called Playground of Enlightenment, but I changed it to Portal of Alignment. And it took me a while to differentiate those two words. But let's just get right into it. And as I was speaking on alignment, learning how to say no to shit that brought death to you, made you feel caged and trapped, then help you realize your strength. Okay, something about the strength of the bloodline as well. I'm getting this energy of somebody who may not have been like very family oriented because of certain things that have went down during the family. Arguments, betrayal. Okay. But somebody here, it's like, I'm getting this energy where I feel like we've grown up and been indoctrinated to think that family is something that we should never let go just because we family. But some of our family members be just as fucked up as people who we don't want to have nothing to do with outside of this world. Not only that, they family to somebody else. So why can't my family not be shit? I can't just put, you know what I'm saying, them on a pedestal just because we share the same bloodline. So this is something of, this is giving me the energy of like, and I'm feeling some resistance. I feel like I done said a whole bunch of nothing, which I know that's not true. So I'm feeling this energy of like people who you love, people who you expected to be there for you, make you feel like you the scum on the back of their shoe just because your ideas didn't align with theirs, just because your dreams didn't fit the narrative they wanted to create for you. Half of the time these people can't even think for themselves and they want you to be in the same boat. Like I've experienced family members that I never thought would betray me, only want to see me do good as long as I'm now outdoing them. And the moment that I started outdoing them, I became a threat. And that helped me open my eyes to relationships that I was building, not only with people, but with certain, I was gonna say constitutions. Look, you can't make this shit up. But certain, I guess you can say constitutions, certain, basically jobs. Like, I'm not starting this video over. I'm not starting it over. Okay, I'm just gonna keep moving forward. All right, because whoever you are, something may not make sense to you in the time that you're doing it, even though your spirit is telling you to move forward, but it's gonna make sense. I'm seeing a lot of good high vibrational cards, and I keep seeing the Ace of Swords, new ideas, new beginning, this new life here with the sun. I keep seeing the sun. Something is coming in here fast. All right. And you may feel the need that you want to share it and want to give it. You know what I'm saying? To make something feel balanced. But this is your time to shine. This is your time to receive. This is your time to get what you deserve because of the hard work that you've put in, the persistence, the willpower, the ambition, following a spirit that you can't see, following a voice, following something that you just can't see. It's like I'm seeing somebody go on a journey and all they can see ahead is void, darkness. But I'm seeing somebody like learn how to create something out of nothing. But the gag is you always saw potential. You always saw something in that. Everybody start out at zero. Nobody's starting out at one. Even if you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you still start out at zero, because it's not about the spoon that make you. It's about the lessons that you came here to learn and how they make you. Don't allow things to break you, or don't sit in the brokenness. Okay? I feel like something about a lecture is very significant. Okay? A prophesizing is very significant. Okay? But it's almost as if my intro, when I say show up for you, it don't turn into the whole reading. Okay, but everything happens for a reason, all right? You got people watching you connect more with your crown, watching you become more free. Look at this shit, bro. I mean, these cards are self-explanatory. Watching you be free and rested within yourself. Whoever I'm speaking to, you are a healer. Not only do you heal people with your essence, just walking by with your words, but you've healed yourself, or you're healing yourself. Somebody here, you work from home, or you freed yourself from some type of corporate job, or something here you let go because you realized that it wasn't worth it. And you may have thought, things would have been slow for you, but look what's behind that. Consistency, being practical, being efficient with yourself, improving yourself, being determined. Okay, this is a field, so farmland, land could be very significant. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who takes their time, but they know that when the seeds, when the harvest come, it's something that's gonna last. I'm seeing money, so much money that you don't even know what to do with yourself. And especially with this Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, this 10 Pentacles, but you notice this ain't the 10 of Pentacles card. So family ain't had nothing to do with this. You built your own foundation. You found yourself. You poured into yourself, and your wealth started showing outside of you because you found that wealth within you. But communicating with birds could be significant. Someone can have birds, like pet birds, okay, or something here. You could have been thinking in a state of lack or fear, and then all of a sudden you hear the birds outside chirping louder than they ever chirped. Nature is speaking to you, helping you stay aligned. And even in the mistakes I feel like I made, I'm still going to post this video. Even with my own thoughts right now, I'm asking myself, are these really my thoughts? Because, I care, but to a certain extent. Either you going to get the message or you not. Either you going to click the video or you not. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I had to learn, because for a long time do y'all know how long I've been doing YouTube? At least 5 or 6 years, maybe not consistently, but at one point I was posting 3-4 videos a day, trying to get there, and it just was moving so slow. It wasn't yielding the results that I wanted. It wasn't giving me what I needed. But I'm so happy that happened. I'm happy that happened. Not only am I able to appreciate the exponential growth that I'm going through now, I'm able to actually rest in it without questioning myself. But it was a place that I had to get internally before I started reaping the benefits of the work. I had to do it first. Internally, though. Back then, comments would have made me feel some type of way if they didn't align to what I felt like they should have aligned to. Now, I could care less. I laugh at that shit. Why? Because I'm so confident in myself and my ability. I'm so confident in just being me. And that's exactly the type of person that I'm speaking to, whether you live in this or not. This is who your spirit is yearning for, freedom. Somebody here, you either just lost a job or about to quit a job, something about working from home here. And even if it is for corporate America, okay, at least you in the comfort of your home doing it. I'm saying somebody be on Zoom calls and they top half is very professional, but that bottom half, you probably got on some drawers or some shit, some thongs or some shit. None at all, bitch. Okay, it's giving me behind the camera. Y'all never know what I have on because I'm comfortable. Fuck that. It don't matter how I look. It's about the message. Okay? Not only that, like, sometimes you get so caught up in just looking at yourself on the camera. I feel like this is just a chit chat, I feel like and we 20 minutes in. Damn, I was gonna do one video. Now I feel like I owe y'all another one. But it's not even about the cards. I put the magic in the cards. And sometimes I come on here and talk about myself because I'm using myself as I want to say sacrifice, but I'm not losing anything. Okay? I just channeled out that as well. Sometimes you have to let things go. Sacrifice things in order to become. You have to. Okay? I just keep getting this resistance. Like, I want to start this video over, but I'm not doing it. Alright? Let me be the example to keep fighting, bro. Keep on fighting. Keep fighting. You're powerful. Okay, you got the solar plexus chakra. Let's talk about confidence and self-esteem. All right. And I keep looking at this spoiling you. God is about to spoil you. All right, spoil. Lord have mercy. Now I'm channeling off that word, spoil. To spoil something, or if something became spoiled or sour, that means it's no longer good. You see how words in itself is a spell? This English language shit is all a spell, like spoiling you. When we associate that with good things, want to give somebody the world, okay? But maybe in a sense, okay, let's bring it back to like rich vibes. When you born with a silver spoon and you don't have, I ain't even gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like everybody go through what they go through because that's the level in which they needed to learn or overcome something. Not all of us are born in rich homes, but you see the disadvantages that rich kids have. They're not as smart or as, this is just based off experience. They don't have the experience or the knowledge on how to make something out of nothing, because they was born already with everything, but they lack intelligence. They lack common sense. They lack the understanding of how to get it out the mud, unless they have good parents that came from lack, and their parents instill those same traits in them, if you get what I'm saying. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I really want to start this video over, and that's crazy. That's crazy as fuck. And I know I just been speaking some gems. I know it. Alright, let's just get back on the channel message. All that clown shit they thought you was doing finna pay off for you. And that's just point blank, period. Alright, everything that you was saying, they thought you was crazy. Something that's finna balance. Look, everything you was saying, they thought you was crazy, but something is about to balance out for you. Okay, whoever I'm speaking to, keep working at it. Okay, whoever I'm speaking to, you have a keen intuition. The things that you've been channeling and the things that you've been seeing been so accurate that it's scary to you. Fuck them. It's scary to you. The things that you've called into your life, the things that you've manifested, you've really been able to see your power. Okay? I feel so unstable in this moment right now, but stable at the same time. And I know Spirit is putting me through this to channel off of it, but Ace of Swords. I don't like feeling uncomfortable, but I understand that it's in the uncomfortable that we create comfort. Okay? And that can go both ways. You can either create a life that you want to live and use that uncomfortability as a canvas, or you can sit in that comfort and never move at all. Okay, let's see what else. I keep seeing a lot of aces. I done saw all 4 aces except the ace of, I saw the ace of wands, the ace of swords, and the ace of pentacles. I just haven't seen the ace of cups. Or did I just see the ace of cups? All right. I'm going back and forth with myself, and it don't make no sense to keep on talking in circles about it. Either I'm gonna move forward or I'm not. All right? Either you're gonna move forward or you're not. Either way, shit is gonna be balanced. Stop thinking too much about it and just move, because it could be the strongest thing that you ever did. Put you in Empress status. Or are you going to keep yourself in this loop of feeling down, depressed, stressed, not good enough? Give yourself the power. It's like I keep getting 2 cards that's good, 2 cards that's bad, 2 cards that's good, 2 cards that's questionable. It's like somebody's going back and forth in their own mind about how great they are, about their root, what they're rooted in, or not what they rooted in. This is like having a review of what are you rooted in? What are you grounded in? What can you be victorious at? Victory. I'm hearing victory is mine. Somebody's name could be Victory, Victor, Victoria. Or something about your name equate to victory, success. All right, what is your name? What do they call you? Whatever your name is, whatever your name means, of course you're going to vibrate on the energy because you identify with it. Okay, so something about names could be very significant. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave it here. And Spirit is going back and forth with me in my mind right now, telling me don't give up. It's not even about giving up, because I'm gonna start this over and I'm gonna try again. It's just about, it's like I don't feel comfortable in this energy right now. And I just heard that's the fucking point. You're teaching them how to move forward even when you're uncomfortable. Endurance, resilience, because you know that you're close to some type of success here, because you had the courage to stay persistent. Okay, and it was also a form of you preserving yourself, saying no, preserving yourself. Okay, just because you got stamina, a long wind, don't mean that you got to use it. Okay, just because you got leadership abilities don't mean you should be the boss at work. If it come with stress, you see what I'm saying? So what? Because it come with more money. When you do the work of God, God pay your bills. Point blank period. Point blank period. And the more you put yourself in a state of worry, the more worried you are. You know what I learned? What is me being mad, upset, or worried gonna do to the situation? It ain't gonna change the situation. I'm just gonna continue to be mad and worried. But what if I took all of that out and just ignored it? Ignore the worry, ignore the thing that's going back and forth in my head telling me no, but my spirit keep telling me yes. Who am I gonna believe? The side of me that deserves happiness? Or am I going to believe the side of me that feel like this is all to life? I keep seeing the Queen of Coins, which Spirit is bringing you right now to heal from these losses. Heal from the things that you have had to be separated from. For somebody here, God had to force a separation, force you to leave a certain place, force you to leave a certain thing, because the energy was so intense. But you stayed there to endure it because you feel like, oh, I need this, I need that. It made you feel pain when you lost it, and that's okay. But it had to be lost. It had to be let go. In order for you to move into your light, move to your community, move to your romantic partnerships, move to this expansion, move into options instead of always feeling burdened. Move into this energy of rest in your mind instead of overthinking. This is going from 8 swords to 4. Like you got some of those thoughts and you let them hoes go and you moved on with the ones that made sense at the time. Looking at being in a stage of feeling poor, feeling lost, into something you can learn from. How can I move different next time? Okay, I'm getting a lot of mental anguish, the energy of like feeling mentally broken down. You had to be broken down to be rebuilt. And that's just point blank period. I guess I'll move on to the next channel messages. With what I want to speak on earlier, because somebody here, you moving into something, but it took you to be broken down completely, to be rebuilt completely. And the motherfuckers that didn't support you in that breakdown can't go with you with this come up. They just can't. It won't even be possible for you to receive this if you think you're going to bring those people who don't deserve it. That's how you delay your own happiness. That's how you delay true love. And not just from other people. You delay yourself. You put restrictions on yourself when you're trying to drag people along that don't want to come until you up. And let me tell you something. You better learn how to say no and get comfortable with it. Because it's a lot of motherfuckers you're going to have to tell no to. Point blank, period. Because while you was healing, while you went inward, while you did what you needed to do to become the person you is, they was nowhere to be found. And I'm going to keep saying this to make it evident. It's okay. They ain't going to die because they don't have nothing from you. And even if they is, that ain't your business, because when you tried to give them life, when you were dead, they didn't appreciate it. So they definitely don't appreciate the life that you're willing to give while you are alive. Because I'm speaking to somebody here, you got a good heart. Your heart go out to people that you don't even know. There was a lesson you had to learn around that too. Because sometimes we be feeling bad for people and they ain't doing nothing but reaping the karma that they have created for themselves. Not every homeless person deserves to be fed. And I know that sounds crazy, but you don't know what that person did to get where they at. You don't know what type of lesson that God is trying to get a person to learn, and then you attach yourself to it, and now you got karma. I'm telling you, that being neutral allows me to be who I am without feeling bad about anything, any choice that I make. I remember, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I remember one time, because I'm that type of person. Like, if I see a homeless person and I got it, I'm gonna give it. And this one lady that I kept seeing by a job that I used to have, she used to be at the bus stop. And for some reason, I never saw this lady's face. Like, she always hid herself. Like, she had something covering her face, but the vibe that I got from it was like one day I was finna give to her, and Spirit said, you better not. And I ain't never experienced that so loud and so clear. And I started associating it with me being selfish, when in reality, people siphon energy off money. You touch something, and you got powerful witches and warlocks out here that hide in plain sight. Who the fuck knows if that lady was actually homeless? Who knows? Maybe it was just an apparition that God was trying to get, using to test me. But I had to see that lady every day and want to give something to her and couldn't, because I followed my spirit. And when I went and I asked one of my psychic friends, what was up with that? I got the answer that I needed. Lesson learned. Your wealth is not meant to be shared with anything and everything and everybody. Especially when you worked hard to become who you are. You did that. Why are they reaping the benefits of something you did if they ain't your children? Little children at that. Not grown children who able to make their own decisions. So what if you fucked up? You fucked up in a fucked up situation. You were dysfunctional because you was raised by dysfunctional people. But we not blaming each other for that. You forgive them because you don't know what they've been through, but you move forward. Not giving into something. So what I'm trying to say is, right, forgiveness for my parents and people that did me dirty in my family, it came from me giving them grace. It came from me trying to figure out what was the root of their problem. And then I learned we all fucked up around this bitch. A person can only meet you at their capacity. So if that's all they know, that's on them. But that don't mean you got to stay there. That don't mean I have to sit there in that. I can change. I could be better for me and for my kids that I don't have. Having children is a big responsibility. You take on a role to lead and be a teacher to another soul. Is deeper than it just being your child and you protecting them. Because once they be able to think on their own, they go and do their own thing. They got their own lessons to learn. But that's a big ass responsibility. And I think that we don't learn what type of responsibility having a family with. I could be picking up on somebody here where it's not that you don't love your child or your children, but you, let's be real, regretting being a parent. Like, you ain't really built for that shit, and that's okay. Because I don't think that take away from you taking care of them and loving them. But you realize, after going through it, that's not something that you're really interested in. That ain't gonna be for everybody. Okay? And at this point, I'm just channeling. Alright, I heard fuck the cards. But it's given, the power is within. Everything outside of that power is just a tool. If you get it, you get it. But baby, you about to come up. Even if this message is just for you, just that one person. It's a reason why your relationships is something that Spirit is asking you to reevaluate. Or depending on your place in the journey. Some of y'all need to reevaluate relationships. Some of us could be just discussing or accepting that certain relationships were just meant for, yeah, we were meant to be together for that little bit of time for me to learn something, but we weren't meant to be together forever. Because somebody here, you could be caught up in this thing where you feel like you got a twin flame, you got this soulmate, y'all supposed to be together. Even if that's true, if that person ain't ready, you can't make them. And one thing about the God that I speak to, that I'm in commune with, you know what, I'm going to take me out of it because everybody ain't serving the same God. All right. But if you believe in your spirit team, then you know that they will never forsake you. If you meant to have love, it don't mean you got to have it with that person. That ain't the only person with great qualities or something that you feel like is great. Most of us be looking for love in all the wrong places in the first place, when the whole time love was within us. And I know it was, because it was so easy for you to give love, so easy for you to give away, you know, a good time. It was so easy for you to love. So it should be just as easy to attract it. But you got to see that within you first. You got to love you first. You got to take care of you first. You got to go in for you first. You first. Everything else falls by the wayside until you can show up for it. If that's something you want to do or you should do. I keep hearing something about an assassin. Like someone tried to assassinate your character, or I don't know. Or I'm getting just this energy of you assassinating your own character because you're so used to other people's projections. Somebody here, you got this thing with your parents where you feel like even now that you've grown and making your own decisions, that their opinion matter. It's their opinion. They had a life. How you gonna tell me to do something with my life that you ain't did with yours? How you gonna try to control what I got going on and your shit is out of control? Parents are still people. We all on our own separate journey, y'all. Whoever this message find and it help, it do. If you clicked it, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely felt very uncomfortable. And I feel like I'm picking up on somebody where it's like you're in a very uncomfortable stage in your life right now. But you got the capacity to fight through it. You've always been a warrior. You've always been a fighter. But this time, the fight is for your happiness. And you're going to get so used to being in this energy of fight. No, this energy of fight for your happiness, that you're going to realize that it's not even a fight. It's not a battle. It's not bringing you stress. If you can't sit with yourself, then you must be a fucking monster. But the crazy part is, the more you run from yourself, the more you become that monster. Because you're not tapping in enough to free yourself. I hope that I'm making sense. Don't become the monster that you hate. Don't become something that you're running from. Because it's still you. You can't look yourself in a mirror. Not an actual mirror, but the physical. I mean, not a physical mirror, but the spiritual mirror. You can't admit to yourself that you was wrong. Fuck admitting it to anybody else. That don't matter. I mean, if you want to apologize and admit your wrongs, that's cool. But you got to sit with that first. Excuse me. Before you can project it outside of you. Excuse me. Yeah, somebody here, there's definitely this energy where you want to apologize. You want to say sorry about something. You feeling bad about something. Or you watching somebody that you did dirty and realizing, damn, that person really wasn't that bad. Realizing, damn, it was me the whole time. If you're not mature enough to realize it was you the whole time, then you ain't ready. Even if you was in a relationship and you did everything right, and that person gave you nothing, what role did you play in that? by allowing it. How could you blame yourself instead of blaming somebody outside of you when you allowed it? You was there, you sat down, you let it happen. Even at work, you sat down and you let it happen. When God do amazing things, when you let shit go that don't supposed to be there in the first place, but you convincing yourself that you're supposed to be there. Or, oh my God, my rent is due. Oh, I got it. You never know what can happen within the 30-day time frame of something being due. And so fucking what? Okay, it's due and what? If you're gonna live check to check anyways, I don't know why I'm talking like this. Cause somebody here, you like I said, you either lost a job, and you know what Spirit just said too? Somebody lost a job, not a physical job you go in and get paid for, but a job of trying to keep somebody else happy that kept you depleted. It became a job for you, but you didn't get anything out of that. Anything but financial loss, struggle, insecurity, feeling isolated while that person was there. Because how could you feel isolated if it's somebody beside you? I'm also getting two, because I noticed that this is outside of a church. And you know what's so funny? The church's door is supposed to be open to everybody. So something about somebody's spiritual base is equivalent to why their money is the way it is. So I don't know. You got to take that out with you and your spirit team, whoever that's for. But it's like, spiritually, it's almost telling me that something about the spirit's alignment has a lot to do with money alignment or something like that, or resources. I'm sorry, I'm channeling off that and I'm trying to say it the way I'm seeing it. I'm hearing, but it's almost too deep. But it's crazy because I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, you are a very deep person. All right, your roots are very much deep, like a tree. I've always had this thing in my head where I felt like trees all across the world communicated with each other underground. And to think about the root of a tree on my side of the world connected with the root of a tree on another side of the world, it almost seems impossible. But that's the beauty of life. Believing in things that's impossible. Being that example of what you didn't have. It's not easy, but it's possible. And I don't think that I feel like nothing is impossible. The things that you feel like are not possible be the things that I just don't believe in the impossible. I think anything and everything can happen. Because anything and everything is happening. Imagine that. You on this side of the world, i.e. this side of perspective. And it's something totally something that's different going on the other side of the world, i.e. that person's perspective. And both of y'all experiencing something that y'all feel like is impossible. That's just like the rich. Somebody who rich feel like it's impossible for them to be poor again. Or poor ever. And somebody who poor feel like it's impossible for them to get rich. But that's because of their perspective. When simultaneously, that can happen to either one of you. But that's just a lower level of, you know, what I mean by believing in the impossible. Make it fit how you want it to fit. But it is what it is. I'm going to let y'all go because I'll talk you to death, bitch. I will talk you to fucking death. Well, that could be significant for somebody too. Because guess what? When my surroundings and the people I love didn't want to hear what I got to say because I was too smart or I knew too much or they felt intimidated, guess what I did? I made me a YouTube channel. And whoever want to hear it, gonna listen. Whoever was meant to get to the end of this video, gonna feel it. I just saw 444. I saw 4414. Fours could be very significant. Stability. A spiritual foundation. Because once you get in tune with your spirit, I promise you will never be led astray. You never will be led astray, even if you don't feel comfortable in the decision that your spirit is telling you to the move in. Do that shit scared. Don't let fear embody you. Hold it by the hand and take it with you. And as you get closer and closer to that unknown, that fear is going to disappear. And with that being said, I love you. I appreciate you. If you made it to the end of this video, if you want to book a personal, you know, I'm sorry, I'm channeling. If you want to book a personal, keep these general reads in mind. They go deep, and if I'm digging in your business, baby, it can go even deeper. I'm gonna tell you what you need to know, and it might be what you want to know, and it might not, but it's all love. Thank you. Gratitude. I'm trying to learn how to stop saying thank you, because thank you is a form of telling somebody you owe them something. Gratitude is you being grateful for what you just received. You know what I'm saying? I ain't perfect, but we can learn together. I just heard take a shot. Somebody could be taking a shot, or my body is feeling like I just took a shot. You know that hot feeling you get after you take some strong shit? Straight. All right, so drinking could be very significant for somebody. You could be drowning yourself in that, trying to run away from it. But when you run, it chases you, which means that you will never be able to get away from it. So why not face it head on? Why not? I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.